Hey, welcome back, guys. So today on this video, we're talking about Cash App, and more specifically, I'm going to answer a question that I've gotten really a lot lately, and that is, why is Cash App balance negative? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, guys, this is actually going to be a really quick video, but I'll go over most of the important points you need to consider if your Cash App balance is negative. So if your Cash App balance is negative, it can be a frustrating situation, especially since you may have thought there was money in your Cash App, and then all of a sudden the next day your Cash App balance is negative. But there's actually quite a few reasons why this can happen on Cash App, and I'm going to go over the more common reasons why your Cash App balance can be negative. In fact, Cash App does have an article written on their website that talks more about this, so let me go ahead and switch over there now. Okay guys, I went ahead and switched over to the Cash App website. Check my video description. I'll try to leave a quick link to this particular page. But Cash App has address this issue, as you can see right here on this negative balance Cash App blog posting. So the most common reason why your Cash App can be in a negative balance is because charges that appear on your account long after the purchase and secondary charges like tips can push your balance into the negative. And what does that mean? Well, basically if you go to, let's say, a restaurant like Pizza Hut, and the pizza is going to be $25 and you have $25 on your Cash App, a lot of times you'll give a tip to the pizza person, but when they swipe the card, a lot of times the restaurant will just swipe it for the $25. But let's say you give a $5 tip to the delivery person. What's going to happen is it's going to be approved because the pizza was $25 and you have $25 in your Cash App, so it goes through. However, when you write on the little receipt $5, that means the transaction was actually $30, which is more than the $25 that you have inside your Cash App. And what happens later with the written receipt is the Pizza Hut restaurant or whatever restaurant you go to, they will let Cash App know that the transaction should not be 25, it should actually be 30. So they're going to push that authorization through. And since they have the signed written receipt from you, it's going to be okayed by Cash App. But at that moment when the card is swiped, I'm talking about your Cash App Cash Card, it's approved because Cash App thinks that you have the 25 and the transaction is only for 25, so why would there be a problem? However, the $5 tip that you put on there will push you into the negative balance on your Cash App. So that's one reason why your Cash App could have a negative balance. The second common reason why your Cash App can go negative is right here. It says online retailers may put a temporary hold or charge on your account when you place an order. Then later they complete the charge when they ship your stuff. So an example of this is, let's say that you have $100 on your Cash App and you use your Cash App Cash Card to buy some shoes online. The shoes are $100. So what will happen is when you transfer or actually put the money to be approved, you put your credit card information or your Visa Cash App Cash Card into the computer, that online retailer is going to run an authorization immediately for the $100 for the shoes. And Cash App will take that money out of your available balance. But sometimes those shoes, especially if they're custom shoes, are not going to be shipped for 2 to 3 weeks while they are designed. So what happens to the $100 that is swiped or put on hold from Cash App goes back into your available balance, usually after about 7 business days, because that's just the typical time frame that a transaction could be pushed through. Now, once the $100 goes back into your Cash App, usually it's going to become available for you to use on things like McDonald's or Walmart or something like that. And then a few weeks later, once your shoes are designed and put together, then at that moment, the online retailer is going to push that transaction through that they already got approval for, which was that $100 from 3 weeks ago. By then, it is possible that you spent the money already on things like McDonald's or at 7-Eleven. So if that money is no longer available in your Cash App, it will put you into a negative balance. Because they're not actually running a second transaction, all they are is doing, they're just pushing through the authorization that they got approved for 3 weeks before. And it's not really their fault that you decided to spend the money on things like McDonald's or 7-Eleven or bills. So therefore, once the transaction is pushed through, you will be in a negative balance with Cash App. So if you are ordering things online, make sure that you have that money available and keep it available, because that's the way online retailers work. They won't actually push the transaction through until the item has been shipped out. And if that shipping process doesn't happen for 2 to 3 weeks, it does give the opportunity for your Cash App to go into a negative balance. So those are 2 common reasons why you can go into a negative balance with Cash App. A third reason why your Cash App balance could be negative is because of some sort of online scams that you may have participated in. So there's a lot of scams on Cash App. There's the sugar daddy scam. There is also the money flip scam. So if you're participating with these scams and then you end up scamming somebody out of their money, it's possible that they contact their bank to dispute it and also push a fraud investigation. If their bank is successful with that fraud investigation and you are actually the person who took money from them, then Cash App will remove that out of your balance. And if you don't have enough funds to cover it, then it will put your Cash App into a negative balance. And here's an example of that. Let's say that you're a scammer and then you tell someone that if they send you $500, you're going to send them back $5,000. Let's say this person is really naive and then they send you the $500 in your Cash App and then you block them. Sounds pretty nice that you have $500 now in your Cash App, and the likelihood of them getting a refund is pretty low. It's difficult to get a refund on Cash App. But then they contact their bank and let them know that they were a victim of fraud. Their bank will fight on their behalf and contact Cash App and let them know they have been scammed. If they are successful with that investigation, that $500 will be removed from your account. It doesn't matter if you already spent it on things like Michael Jordan shoes or McDonald's, it will be removed. If you don't have that $500 in there still, then it will put you into a negative balance. And you don't necessarily need to be a scammer to do that. The thing is with Cash App, sometimes you receive payments from people that were not intended for you. So if your Cash App name is some general name that maybe someone else has a similar Cash App tag, and then their family or their friends send them money, but they accidentally send it to you, don't accept it, because if you accept it and you spend it, they will end up disputing it and they will contact Cash App that the money went somewhere else. Once that happens, it will be removed from your account. And if you already spent it, it can put you into a negative balance on your Cash App. So those are the most common reasons I know why your Cash App balance can go negative. If your Cash App went negative in the balance for some other reason, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know why that might be. But hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.